Monet, we are okay. First of all, let's just get this question started. Are we going to build any enemies off of this season of Watchery?
I know I'm nervous, girl.
Are you gonna fight with Gravity Ball Main? Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be?
Gravity Ball Main was one of the fiercest contestants last season, in my opinion. He's so cute.
Yeah, me and Monet are already starting off giving everyone praise, which, by the way, we did last year, but still didn't help us. So let's see how. First of all, I'm really happy that I wrote in my notes. I'm just happy that the House of Balmain is back to kick off. Drag Race should let the queen, like the reigning queen, do something at the top.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
They would never.
Were you okay? Last season for Legendary Season 1, were you happy that Balmain won over the House of Lanvin?
To be honest, I was Team Erica. Erica Flawless.
Same.
I mean,
I thought they won. I thought they won in the finale.
But also, that
Balmain was good.
Big ups to Balmain. Like, they're great. I mean,
for sure. Yeah.
There was something about Erica that really just spoke to me. I was just.
She was great.
Her internet presence. She posted. I follow her on Instagram, and she pulled a Monet. She posted a video the other day where she was just completely nude. I mean, the only thing she was wearing was lashes and pumps. I was like, I said, Miss Flawless, my mother is on this app. And I wrote in my notes, I still have a crush on Gravity Ball Main. Gravity is just so cute. And I also just love they were able to introduce this season Megan Grammy winner, Thee Stallion.
I know. Well, you know what? I to be honest, like when Legendary premiered last year, I was like, girl, what is Megan Thee Stallion doing here? But I feel like Megan did and on the exchange word, I had Deshawn and Leiomy as guests, and we talked about it on the show. And Leiomy was saying, you know what, for like years, and first of all, Leiomy is legendary. She's been voguing for literally pretty much all of her life. She's done such huge things in the world of voguing, outside of voguing, done major campaigns. And she was saying, you know, the hip hop community is so averse to the queer community. She was just like integrating Megan into the show and having her come with such love and being so great. It meant so much to her and to other queer people. And she was like, she's actually really happy that Megan is on the cast. And I think Megan was also a great addition to the judges. In my opinion.
I'll never forget last year when Megan cried when Pac Rat won Body. And she cried. She said, "I'm just so glad you got to get up there and shake your ass." And she was crying. I'm so glad you got to get up there and shake her ass. So I think that Megan is bringing some legendariness to the. So let's talk about the look of the judges while we're here. Let's get into the judges' looks. So let's talk about Law Roach. Okay, Law Roach. Okay, by the way, Law is spicy. So if anyone's gonna bite back, it's gonna be Miss Roach.
It's gonna be Law Roach.
If anyone's gonna bite back, it's gonna be Miss Roach. And we're gonna get into it, but these are some shady critiques. Like, I'm like, this is Jesus Christ.
And some of it, sometimes I'd be like, we'll get there, but it's the consistency. It's the inconsistency for me.
Right.
But by Law's outfit, I love the velvet moment, and Law also, he loves to adorn his face with some big old sunglasses. So maybe we don't see him rolling his eyes, but again, Law wouldn't care. Law would fucking roll the fuck out of his eyes when he doesn't like something. So I don't think he's trying to hide. He's just accentuating the look.
Are those the Gucci rhinestone shades? Are those the Gucci
probably
rhinestone shades? Yes, they are. Jamila, I actually like this dress.
I love this.
Yeah,
I fucking love this. I love this like peekaboo, thigh-high stocking moment. I think this looks fierce.
The only question is Jamila ever gonna change her hair? It's one. I mean, granted, it's episode 1. Maybe I should shut the hell up. But Mama, Jamila, but she does look absolutely stunning. Let's talk about Leiomy.
Legendary Leiomy.
Okay, first of all, I'm so happy that Leiommy's on my TV. Like, you don't even know when I saw Leiomy on America's Best Dance Crew with Vogue Evolution. And Deshawn was there too. But also I was
damn.
Well, I was drawn to Leiomy.
I love it. But seeing Leiomy every week on ABC with American. I'm kidding.
But Leiomy was the icon of that group. I mean, she was motherfucking Leiomy, and like, Also, have her going through the disgusting microaggression we went through
Transphobia.
with Lil Mama and probably other stuff we didn't even get to see on camera. Leiomy was the first openly trans woman that I saw on TV.
I've said this many times on the podcast. I used to sneak into Escolita, and I don't remember per se who was her, but I'm pretty sure I used to see Leiomy all the time. But again, I had no idea. I didn't have a concept of who she was. You know what I mean? And now to see this,
Women look the same.
oh my God! And now to see her celebrated in such a big way on fucking HBO Max, she looks stunning. Her hair looks great, and she definitely has had, bitch. Season 2, she said, "Let me upgrade, let me up." She looks like this is like a huge step up even from season 1.
Yeah, she looks great. Megan
Yeah, I love
Thee. I mean, talking about upgrading, Megan Thee. I mean, I feel like when Megan did season 1, I feel like it was like at a real turning point in her career, and now she done turned. And
for sure,
I was nervous she wouldn't be able to make it back because of her career and her. But also, girl, I think they shoot Legendary in like a week.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
I think Legendary. They get the girl. Some of them are.
So as we go through, we'll rate each one from 1 to 10, just like the judges. What is 10 for? I'll be reading the production notes. So as we go through each, we'll rate each one from 1 to 10, just like the judges. What would be like a 10 for you, Roberta?
Okay, let's talk about the 5 elements of Vogue, mama. We have hands, we have duck walk, we have floor performance, catwalk, and then we have spins and dips. Now, I think a 10 is when you can reach whatever now, they don't do the 5 elements of Vogue every single week, but this week, we are, so for me, 10s are when you look great, when you reach all the categories, and also if you bring something unique and new. That's what I think.
I agree. I also, on top of all of that, like a show-stopping performance, like you get done, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, what did I just watch? I need to watch this again. It was so good. Like, if you give me that.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this. I can't speak for Monét. I'm speaking for Bob the Drag Queen. I am not an expert on ballroom.
Yeah, speak for yourself, because I am.
Monét, okay, you say that, and then you about to get dragged trying to claim some shit you ain't. You about to get dragged on it, trying to claim some shit you ain't. All right, let's talk about our very first group, the House of Oricci. They got a 36. Okay, first of all, now each house has a house parent, and the father of the House of Oricci is what's his name? Father Omari. Father Omari is now. I would say this is not like Drag Race. There are 10 houses, and then each house has 5 people. So we cannot be as good with the names as we are on Drag Race, y'all. We are doing our very best. Okay. Father Omari from the House of Oricci. They are a newer house, not completely new. The newest house we found out later. There was a house even newer. Down the line.
And that house, this was their first ball. Imagine your first time in drag is on Drag Race, girl.
Well, yeah, but also, I was intrigued by the fact that I know it's quarantine, but there was no crowd. It was so different than season 1, because season 1, there's like this crazy screaming, and here it's just like, but it also did make their backstage interviews a lot easier to hear. I remember season 1, I was like, I cannot hear what the fuck they're saying backstage, and now, bitch, you could have heard a pin drop. They were like, I heard a PA be like, and what would you give them, Momo?
I would have given them a 7. I thought they were fun. I didn't think they were stellar. Like, I watched them, I was like, okay, this is great. This is good. They weren't like stellar to me. They were like they were great. I mean, they were good, not great.
I would have given them an 8. I'm also wondering where I would be on the panel. Like, I wouldn't be as, like, Law is acting wild half these times. Like, sometimes I'm like, Law, Mary, it's the drama. Like, the drama. Mary was good. But then otherwise, Law will be like, I'll give you a 10 because we have the same name. I'm like, okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The inconsistency, it kills me. It like drives me. It was my problem with season 1. I was like, for one, they would tell one group one thing, and then this next group would come in and do that same error, and they would praise them for it. I'm like, what? Yeah.
I did think that it was great I thought it was a great opening to the show. I will say that, you know. All right, let's go into the house of.
The house of Balenciaga, honey.
Okay,
Bitch, turned it.
I'm obsessed with Honey, and I'm obsessed
Honey,
with
girl.
Shannon and Honey. Shannon and Honey can get their own reality show. First of all, okay, I have not finished episode 2 yet, but when because Honey was one of the villains last season, if they have not brought back the girl who grabbed that cape,
I know
it's a wrap for me, because
Honey,
the girl who grabbed the cape last season had literally the most iconic moment from the entire season.
Yeah,
Honey also has some great moments. How do you feel about Honey?
Honey stole the show. Honey, first of all, their whole performance, their whole story was so great. When the three were out there, then Honey comes. Honey changes the whole thing. Yeah. I'm like, it's everything. And then when fucking Shannon came out and it was those doors open and the gold, which I was like,
yeah, no. Okay, first of all, we gotta talk about a lot of things. Shannon stole $17.7 million.
No, $17.5 million. Bob, that is insane. That's so much money.
I'm like, bitch, drop the tutorial. Drop the fraud routine. How did you steal,
girl?
Baby,
in
the 90s.
In the 90s, baby. So that means so bitch in the 90s.
Don't do math. Don't do
like,
math. You gonna start sweating. Don't embarrass yourself on this show. Please don't do that. Look.
That is correct, Bob. $17.5 million.
Are these numbers inflated? Is she telling is she just kind of or is it every time she tells a story, by the end of the season, will it be $100 million?
Well, I mean, she was buying cars for people. She said she was buying homes for people. That means you have money.
I just was thinking to myself, what kind of was it one fraud, or was it multiple frauds?
That Bob said, drop the tutorial. I'm fucking done.
So she was in federal prison for over 3 years.
Honestly, I'm doing the math. I'm like, maybe I should steal something.
I mean, also I'm thinking, if you do
only 3 years.
17 million. Wait, what is 17 million divided by 3? Wait, I'm doing some math real quick. Divided by 3.
Not about drugging me.
No, I'm using a calculator. Miss Thing made $5.6 million a year. Honestly.
No, they were so, Bob, this group, to me, they were so dynamic, and watching them, I was like, it was just so dynamic, and it was so fierce, and Honey, to me, they were the best.
That being said, when Honey caught that heel on Shannon's coat, I was like, oh my God, she's gonna kill her. I was like, Shannon's gonna kill Honey. I don't know. I mean, maybe in my head I was like she's one of those mean, but she seemed like a really nice mother, actually, based off the story. But I just know that when the mother of the house went down, in my head I was like, first of all, as soon as she came out in that coat, I was like, oh, we're in trouble. I was like, we're in trouble. There's a lot.
Did you?
As soon as I saw that coat, I was like, this is a recipe for disaster. And then down the line, Honey caught her.
But you know what? But she fell, and they made it work. It wasn't a disastrous fall. she fell, bitch, and they all adopted the choreography to make the fall work. They all got down and started fanning her and shooing her, and it still worked.
No, I agree. I think that everything worked. I think that would have been. I think there's a chance that honestly it maybe even helped. I would have given Megan's score, which was a 9, only because there was one mistake and they could have thought about that coat. But the fact that this was probably the best performance of the night. They got top 2 for me, because I had a hard time choosing.
They got 10,
but
I give them a 10. Balenciaga gets a 10 for me. It was stunning, fucking stunning.
Yeah, and Shannon is my Erica this season, because she's just, I'm obsessed. She's so amazing.
Yeah, Shannon is great. She's fierce, girl.
Let's go to the house.
Shall we move on to the House of Lux?
Okay.
For the House of Lux.
Right now, my crush this season is hands down Becky. Becky is so cute to me. I was like, from the get-go, I was like, this is it for me. I am
Really?
very team Becky.
Well,
I call them Becky with the no hair. Bald head Becky with the no hair. Father Nemo is the house.
This the House of Lux. Did you see them doing the fucking Leiomy Smalls? I lost my mind.
Okay, I mean, even Naomi Smalls will tell you that it's not the Naomi Smalls. Naomi Smalls, like, I just got it from the ballroom scene. Even
really?
even Naomi
I had
would
no
say,
idea.
girl, I just got it from the ballroom scene. But yeah, I thought they did a good job. I probably would have given them maybe a 7.
Okay.
What would you have given them?
I said an 8. I'm giving them an 8.
Work. All right, let me see what I have in my notes for the House of Lux as well. Oh, this is the house that lost. Oh my God, they were down one.
Oh yeah, because he broke his wrist, right?
Which I was like,
they lost the member.
I felt bad. They made that poor kid walk out there and be like, they really like, look at Ja broke his wrist, and they made him wave, which I was like, I'm glad that they gave him his screen time, but I was like, y'all really making this man come out here.
He can't even hold his hand up. He had to do it like this. Did you see that?
I know.
That was so
but also,
sad.
you see him like voguing from the sidelines.
Yeah,
He's
girl, he was
like
this.
All right, so let's go on to the House of Chanel. This was tough to watch, and I want to tell you why. I felt bad for them. Okay, first of all, they have been established the longest that everyone in the competition. They've been in house for 45 years.
That's wild.
But also they have 3 legends. Now here's the thing about having 3 legends. Are y'all? This is. I'm not trying to be ageist or shady. I'm just saying this is a show of a lot of physical dexterity, and I think 3 of these legends are not on the. They're not. I don't think they're new legends.
Right.
I think they're legendary in their status and in their years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just feels. I felt bad because I was like, but they're like, it's just gonna be so hard for them to keep up with, like, fucking. I mean,
the Michaelas running up walls and backflipping and like it's crazy.
You saw what Becky was doing. Becky went ham. I was like 3 backflips, and it was. I was like, it's gonna be hard to compete with that. You know what I mean? And also I will say the outfits were reminiscent of House of West on the first episode of last season.
For sure, which was one of the best looks last season, House of West. That like Vivienne Westwood fantasy.
You liked her. We know you liked her. Yeah, it was hard to watch. They got the lowest score and this is when Law Roach, the acting like you were asleep was. It seems to me it seems a little too far.
Too stunty. Too fun. It's not like. Yeah, I was like, girl, choose a different bit. I'm like, this is not even fierce. It's not even funny. Like, no, it was
like, you're
funny.
clearly not. You weren't asleep. And then Law Roach like, this is messy. And I was like, I get it. Every show has a bitch, but Jesus Christ, acting like you're asleep. Okay, sis.
Yeah, it was not the move for me. But I would have given the House of Chanel a 6.
Yeah, I probably would have given the House of Chanel maybe a 5 or a 6, but I wouldn't have acted like I was sleeping though. Okay, the House of Miyake Mugler.
Go Power Rangers! They were really giving me some fierce Power Rangers teams, but I was here for
their
it.
Opening was my favorite. Like the way it started out with them, even just them walking out. And they're each being in their own little column. I was like, this is everything. I was so interested.
Every fucking thing.
I was so interested in it. This was honestly, this might have been my favorite number of the night.
Yeah, this and Balenciaga was so honestly, honey to Balenciaga over for me. But they were so succinct. The choreography was so strong. It was so dynamic. It was so powerful. And like everyone just really shined. Like no one like misstepped. No one was sloppy. And I fucking loved Miyake Mugler's performance. They were so good. And also Diego is so damn fine.
Diego was very beautiful.
Like, girl, this is a beautiful ass man. Oh, he looks so
Diego's
good.
a solid 8 feet tall. Yeah.
And that just gets me right on together.
No, Diego's very cute. I love the way they presented Father Arturo when it was just so great. I was very
So
very
good.
into this house, and I just felt so much for Diego, and I'm almost just so intrigued. Like, what's it like for Shannon to be competing against her child and not like? I just kept thinking about that.
I gave them a 9.5. I know they
No halves, no halves. It's a 9 or a 10. Which one is it?
It's a 9.
It's a 9 for me. It was a 9 for me too. They were really great.
So
yeah,
good.
this house was great. I was so impressed by them just in general.
Also, the where you like looking at the scoring. Why the fuck did Law give this? Why did Law give them a 7? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, they were objectively one of the best of the night, but Law gave but Law gave the fucking house of Luxe a 10, but Mugler gets a 7. It's just so inconsistent. It doesn't make any sense.
Girl, Law Roach loves the drama. Law Roach. Do you remember when Law Roach was fighting with Dominique last season?
Well, she was wild. Dominique came on one episode and acted like she was RuPaul. It was
Dominique really went ham. Dominique wanted to fight bitches. Dominique was like, I just like to fight. But
I said, Dominique, what in the Tamisha Iman are you going?
Even Law Roach was like, Jesus Christ. God, don't be like that. But she did provide some brilliant TV though. I am ballroom.
I lived. It was so good. It was so good.
Together.
So the two bottom teams this episode were the House of Luxe and the House of Chanel, and they battled.
Do you agree with the bottom two?
I agree. I think it was Luxe and Chanel.
Me too. I agree as well. And one thing that Leiomy said that really shocked me was that she said you all performed at the same level, because I felt like Becky with the no hair was going I couldn't even look over at Angel because Becky was going so crazy.
Yeah, I thought Becky was good too. I did think Becky edged out Angel, but I thought Angel was really good too. To me, it wasn't like this. It was more like this. Deshawn's commentating is obviously Deshawn is a legend in ballroom, and Deshawn's commentating was sending me more than the performances. The way he was commentating over the beat, that shit was so good.
Yeah, no, Deshawn had some great. Deshawn,
and it's just.
Commentator.
So good.
So sadly, the house of Chanel has fallen, and they have to go home. Becky saved their house. Angel was not able to save his house, but I don't think that there was any shame or anything. I think they both did really good jobs, and I'm excited to see them. Let me tell you right now, they're not playing no games over here. They're sending bitches home.
Yeah, this ain't Drag Race. We're gonna have 5 episodes of fucking nothing happening. But although season 1, they didn't send anyone home the first episode. It was like a freebie, and then they started.
Bitch, to be fair, they just sent home 5 people today.
I know. Yeah, they're not fucking around.
Yeah, but they're doing a lot of plane tickets on this day, honey. Take y'all asses home.
Yeah.
Take your ass down to the welfare.
I'm excited for episode 2. I can't wait to see what the rest of the house.
Now listen, y'all. We are going to try to. Here's our plan. We're going to try to release 3 episodes pretty quickly because we didn't know they released 3 episodes so quickly. So we want to catch up. Obviously, we don't want to be a week behind at the finale. So we're going to see what's good.
Yeah, we may have. Yeah. We'll figure it out. But thank y'all for tuning into the first episode of Legendary Season 2, Sibling Watchery. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited for this season, especially when they start doing like the categories and shit. Because if you didn't watch season 1, they do like categories. Like they'll do like, I don't know, help me out, Bob. It'll be like shipwreck week, and it'll be all about like trios, and all about like hand performance only. Like it gets really great. Fairy tales.
I don't think hand performance only was ever a theme.
Yes, there was. They absolutely did. It was just. Yes, there was.
A theme. It was because each episode has a theme, and then they have different things you have to do in the thing. But hand performance was never a theme. The theme was superheroes,
was the theme.
And then the category. So there are categories and themes. The category and the theme are not the same thing. This is why I'm saying one day you are not using the correct verbiage. So a category is not a theme.
Okay, I said themes and things. meaning it'll be a theme like shipwreck, and the things was alluding to the category, which would be
I don't know.
runway or would be duck walk.
I don't know if that's what you said, but it sounded like you insinuated that hand performance was a category, and you thought that catwalking was runway.
Samantha Tix. All right, Samantha Tix. Thank you so much for joining us this episode.
No, thank you, bitch.
That bitch was really aggressive.
Wall roach got to me, girl. Ooh, wall roach. It's the roach for me.
It's the wall roach for me.
All right, bye, y'all.